Thank you, Deputy Presiding Officer. Can I thank members from across the Chamber for supporting my motion today and for taking the time out of their busy campaign diaries to speak on this most important of issues. During my last speech from the front benches, I promised to continue speaking up for those whose voices have been suppressed. I hope today's motion is a clear demonstration of my commitment to do just that. Presiding Officer, when discussing the issue of Israel and Palestine, there has been significant focus on the dreadful terrorist attacks on October the 7th and the atrocious killing of over 35,000 Gazans thereafter, and that focus is somewhat, of course, understandable. However, it is important to note that the violence and injustices in that region did not begin on October the 7th last year. I do not intend on going into a detailed history of Israel and Palestine. There are far more knowledgeable people than me who have written in depth about the history of Palestine and Israel. What is, however, indisputable is that cycles of violence will continue. Many more innocent people will be killed unless we address the root causes. Unfortunately, in our lifetimes, we have seen far too many innocent people, both Palestinian and Israeli, killed due to the international community's failure to bring about peace in the Middle East. At the core of this failure is a broken promise, a promise made as hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were expelled by force from their homes 76 years ago. My wife's relatives are just one of those families who had to leave their home in the West Bank and flee to Gaza, clutching their keys to their home in their hand, in the forlorn hope that one day they would be allowed to return. For decades, the promise the international community has made has been to a two-state solution. But instead of progress towards that goal, we've seen the systematic occupation of Palestinian land, the expansion of illegal settlements, and with it, the erasure of generations of Palestinian families. There will simply be no peace in the region until the promises that were made by the international community are kept. And surely, the most basic step towards keeping that promise has to be the formal and immediate recognition of the Palestinian state. You cannot claim to support peace, but deny statehood to the Palestinian people. It is the very height of hypocrisy and duplicity to say that you believe in a two-state solution, but only recognise one state. There are some who try to obfuscate by invoking some mythical future process that currently doesn't exist and say that they will only recognise Palestine when the time is right. But let me be absolutely clear. The time to officially recognise the Palestinian state is right now, and it is in no one's gift, to veto the right of the Palestinian people. It is only through the immediate recognition of Palestine can we truly make progress towards a sovereign Palestine and Israel coexisting safely and securely alongside each other. I was pleased to see the First Minister make this point in a recent letter to both Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer. And in just over a week's time, Keir Starmer is likely to be the next Prime Minister of the UK. My appeal to him and the government he will lead is not to equivocate. Do not deny the people of Palestine their inalienable right for statehood for a second longer. Instead, ensure that UK joins with our allies, joins with our neighbours, Ireland, Norway and Spain, in immediately recognising the state of Palestine. Anything less will be a betrayal to the people of Palestine, who have been let down for far too long.